Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marano Campus Center Ice Arena for some Oswego State ACHA hockey. I'm your host, Ben Grigo, on the play-by-play and color commentary alongside Jerry Pritchett as our cameraman. Had a little mix-up last week with personnel. Jerry was on the call. I did camera on the Friday night game. However, on the Saturday afternoon game, I was public announcing. And let's just say I am very glad to be back with you all on YouTube Live for this weekend's games. Oswego State will be taking on Oakland University this weekend. Oakland with a very small team compared to last year. I'm not sure exactly how many players they had last season. However, Coach Jordan Allhart was telling me that there is a new coach, and he's not sure if that's any reason for the roster change. However, they have 3 goaltenders, and I looked 20 players overall. For Oswego State, however, they are 3-3-0-1 overall and 2-1-0-1 in the NECHL. 8th game of the season for the Lakers, and the first game of the weekend series against Oakland last weekend for the Lakers. They lost 2 games to number 19 Kent State University, a 7-4 loss on Friday after holding a lead, and then a 3-1 loss on Saturday. Sean Mooney had 4 points on the weekend with 2 goals, 2 assists. Nick Matro, Chris Carey both had 2 points, Matro with 2 assists, and Carey with 2 goals. A very much physical game, the second game at least, against Luke Myers had a 10-minute misconduct penalty after a previous 2-minute penalty. You can see the Oswego State Lakers getting ready to enter the ice here. Leading scorer for the Lakers right now is Adam Marvin with 4 goals and 5 assists. Kyle McNamara, Luke Myers, and Nick Matro all have 7. Dan Dorney played in the first game last weekend. Alex Golosi, who now with 6 games, played the second game. Tonight, Alex Golosi will be getting his 7th start of the season. Like I said, the team is now 3-3-0-1, and their next game is tomorrow against Oakland University at Fort Ontario. And yes, we will be there at the neutral site. Oakland University, hailing out of Michigan, unlike the unpopular opinion of Oakland, California. It's Grizzlies' 7th game of the season. Still no games in their conference, the Great Lakes Collegiate Hockey League. Like I said, they do have 20 guys on the roster. Coaching staff is head coach is Nick Field, his first season, and assistant coach is Jay Duquette. Manager is Corey Haygood. Last time out for the Grizzlies was a 4-1 loss to Missouri State on October 13th at Oakland. Chase Arena was the lone goal scorer. Greg Muser and Christopher Hubbard had the assists on the goal, and Ian Dvorak had Ian Dvorak had 31 saves on 35 shots. Chase Sereno is the leading scorer for the Grizzlies with 8 points, 3 goals, and 5 assists. Gino Mini, Hubbard, and Benjamin Grudzian all have 4 points. Dvorak has 3 games played. Joshua Pack, another goaltender for them, has 4 games played, and like I said before, their next game will be Saturday, October 20th at Fort Ontario for an 11:30 a.m. start time. A little early morning ACHA hockey at Fort Ontario, located in Oswego. A fort with a lot of history that not many people know about back in World War II. Now trying to become a national park. A couple bills have been passed recently, but we're not in history class today. We are at Oswego State ACHA hockey for Oswego State versus Oakland University. Last season, Oswego State did travel to Michigan to face Oakland, but doing the old flip-flop this season, and Oswego State will be hosting them this year. It looks like for Oswego State, the starting lineup for defensemen are going to be Theo Cupp and Chris Wands. And on offense, it's going to be Chase Nees at wing, Sean Mooney at center, with Chris Carey to his other side. And it's looking like, starting goaltender, like I said, is going to be Alex Golosi. Over to Oakland for their forwards, it's going to be Captain Greg Muser. And then also number 24, Christopher Hubbard. And then, Hubbard is the forward, yes. And then the other forward is going to be Chase Sereno. On defense, it's going to be Nathan Richards and Gino Mini. The starting goaltender today is going to be number 39, Ian Dvorak, who did play the last game for Oakland University. new public announcer tonight, as our normal guy is off for the weekend. Decided to take the weekend off. And we do have Carl Neff, a longtime fan of the Oswego State Lakers, who has been to every game this season, home games at least, and actually was given a jersey by Coach Jordan Allhart. Tune in and listen to the lineup for Oswego State. Chase Nees is back this weekend after being injured last weekend against Kent State University. However, Nick Matro is hurt this weekend as we honor America with the national anthem. And it appears, as the national anthem wraps up, that Oakland University does have one scratch. They only have 19 players on the ice, unless my subpar math skills have come back into action. However, I will keep you updated on that as we wait the puck drop in just a couple short moments here on a cooler Friday evening, at Oswego State. Fall has hit hard this past week on Lake Ontario. This morning was a nice brisk 40 degrees and slowly got warmer. However, it has cooled back down since. Yesterday, however, was a fun morning for students with early classes. When I woke up at 8 in the morning, it said it was 39 degrees out, but felt like 30. And we can slowly tell Mother Nature it's making its way to Lake Ontario, and snow is inevitable eventually. Should be interesting for some students around here experiencing their first Oswego snow. I'm worried for players like Chase Nees from Texas who might be experiencing their first Oswego snow this winter, but that is not hopefully for another month. But we never know with Mother Nature. Puck drop underway here for Oswego State in just a couple seconds. Puck is dropped, and it's won by Chris Carey. Back to Theo Cup, back to Carey in the center ice. Carey will try to bring it up. Excuse me, Sean Mooney. That is not Chris Carey. Sean Mooney had both of those actions. Chris Carey, however, will go to the defenseman, and Chase Nees tries to get the puck. Deflected by Mooney's stick, and is taken away after a little confusion there. Chase Nees bumped off the puck, and it will go over to Oakland University. Tries to pass it up the ice, but Mooney does recover and just dumps it back in, and there will be a quick line change for a couple players at least as Nees tries to keep back and give a good forecheck. Down behind the Oakland zone, or Oakland goal, excuse me. And we'll try to bring it up the ice with number 16, Gino Mini. Cup recovers and passes it up to RJ Smith, who just dumps it in. It will try to give a forecheck now with Jay Chapin. Forechecking as well. Chapin's parents are here tonight, hailing up from the Saranac Lake area. Came by to stop by the press box over the Steve Levy press box. Got a correction on the last name. I've been calling him Chapin for the last couple weekends, but we now know it's Jay Chapin in his second season as a Laker. Oswego State does recover the puck and almost clears. It does clear the zone just barely. Almost an offside whistle there from the linesman, but he refrained as Golosi stops it behind the net and goes to the Oswego State offense with number 6, CJ Walsh. Martin Simonek tries to get it up the ice but cannot, and it's just dumped back in by Oakland and almost recovered, and it is recovered by number 15, Jacob Novak. Lemieux with the ice, all the way down the ice, and it is, the whistle is blown after Daniel Scorzo beats the Oswego State forwards, and it will go back to the Oswego State zone. It'll be on the near side of the rink. Puck is dropped, and Grizzlies do gain possession. Shot a little wide, and it is stopped by Golosi for the first shot of the game. With 17:40 remaining, Golosi makes a save, and we are still scoreless. Grizzlies holding on to it with Alex. See, we got a little cut off there. Felt a buzzing in my headphones. But actually, now that I am looking, it looks like number 1, Alex Moustakis is the one player that is scratched tonight. He is the 4th goaltender for the Oakland University Grizzlies. Everyone, all the forwards and defensemen, skaters, are on the ice with the bottom 3 goalies at Thomas Crisano, Joshua Pack, and Ian Dvorak are all on the bench, waiting for their turn to hit the ice. Grizzlies do hold possession. A fan on the shot at the blue line. Oswego State almost recovers, and they do, with Kyle McNamara racing up the ice. Almost a shot from Adam Marvin, cannot connect on the one-timer after a pass from Kyle McNamara, but they will keep possession in the zone. Almost a wraparound goal from Marvin. Cannot hold on. And a hip check there from Marvin as Oakland passes up the ice. A weaker pass, but his teammate, Chase Sereno, is able to recover it. Now over to Christopher Hubbard, who just dumps it in. And Oswego State will gain the puck behind their net, and it goes over to Mooney. Bobby Vasta just tries to clear it, and he does clear the zone. Almost too many men on the ice call as it hit the player walking into the bench. But he's able to get off just in time to avoid the penalty. Luke Novak skating up the ice, dumps it in, and it hits Golosi. And he holds to freeze it with 15:43 remaining in the opening period. 3 shots now for Oakland, still none on net for Oswego State, that is. We are in a 0-0 game. And it is going to come over to the near side after it was going to go to the right side of the net from our point of view. And Oakland will win it. And another save from Golosi. And another. Couple, 2 or 3, 4 shots maybe there. Actually, Oswego State does have a shot there. They have 5 shots now for Oakland after a couple rebound shots and just try to stuff it in there. And another shot from the blue line and another save. Oakland dominating the offensive possession early on right now with the shots, as Oswego State does bring it up the ice with Sean Mooney. Sean Mooney goes across the blue line on the near side, almost to knees, but cannot get it on his stick, but it does end up hitting Ian Dvorak for a save. Knees tries to keep with his man, Luke Novak, and he does come away with the puck, almost with a wraparound idea, but just passes it back over to Wands, now with Cup. Cup with a shot, deflected away, and it looked like it might have hit Chris Carey's leg. Just goes wider than that, and it's slid up the ice by the Grizzlies, but Theo Cup will recover the puck. And it is going to be an icing call after Theo Cup missed Jay Chapin. We'll head back down to the far side of the ice on Golosi's left. A lot of back and forth action early on. If you're just joining us, there's 14:36 remaining in the first period. Still scoreless. However, Oakland has 5 shots compared to Oswego State's 2. Oswego State does win the puck drop. Chase Neves passes it up to Chris Carey, who just dumps it in, and it is going to be an offside call. We'll go to the far side in the neutral zone toward the Oakland zone. Just for fans who are watching, Oakland University does have some unique sets of pads. Dvorak with the gold and black, I like to say V cone maybe, on his leg pads. Number 30, one of the backups, Thomas Grisano, has a more of a striped pattern with the gold, but has pure black, a blocker and gloves with gold lining. And then Joshua Pack with the full solid gold pads. Quite interesting, may I add, as Oakland recovers the puck and dumps it down in the ice. And it's shot from the center ice and stopped by Golosi, who just passes it behind the net for CJ Walsh, who passes it over to Malakmi Lemieux. Tried to recover was RJ Smith, but not, as Christopher Hubbard is able to take the puck and pass it up, or tries to pass it up to Chase Serino, but Martin Simonek will recover it. Passes it up to Lemieux, who cannot hold on to it, and it will go back to Oakland in their own zone. A couple early passes, including Hubbard, who now passes it over to Greg Muser, the captain of Oakland. Walsh cannot hold on to as he's bumped off the puck, but it is blocked by Luke Myers. Oakland holding on to possession, blocked by CJ Walsh into his chest, and he will just clear it down the ice, and it will go right at the goaltender, so there will be no icing call as he passes it off to Gino Mini. Deflected in by Luke Mackin, so there will be no icing, but Oswego State will recover, and it goes right into the skates of Jacob Novak, who holds on to it. Jacob Novak brings it in, looking for a pass, can almost get something to number 19, Chase Sereno, but cannot get a shot off. Oswego State playing a little too much defense for probably head coach Chris Timmons' liking right now, but they have been recovering and able to get it down at least. They're not just playing 100% defense, but I think he'd like a couple more shots. They have 2 right now compared to Oakland's 6. Trying to recover is Kyle McNamara, but loses it to Oakland, who will hold on, but it is given over to Sean O'Neill. But passes it up to Jacob Novak. 2 Novaks on the team, not sure if they have any relation. Novak, in my opinion, might be a little more of a common last name, but one can only tell. Adam Marvin goes into his man, but it is recovered by Oakland University. Bringing it up the ice is Luke Novak, but passes it back to Tyler Simon. Just hits the almost high stick of Benjamin Grudzian, but Oswego State dumps it back in after recovering the puck in the neutral zone. Luke Novak bringing it up the ice, gets the shot off, just tipped by Juan Skate. Golosi still does have to save it, and he does, right outside of the goal crease. Almost a shot from Benjamin Grudzian, but cannot get it off as Oswego State Cup gets it and just clears the zone and gives it back to Oakland. Juans now stops his man, Chandler Gillespie, who just gets it right back and dumps it into his own zone. Cup will get the puck and try to get something started here. Marvin just misses the puck with his open stick blade. Golosi has to recover and passes it off to Wands, who gives it to Cup, and Cup just clears the zone and will not hit the goaltender, just barely, and it's going to be an icing. No contest there from Oswego State forwards trying to skate down the ice. Almost hit the goaltender, Ian Dvorak, but no dice. Oswego State now with possession in their own defensive zone. Joe Marsalek will pass it over, but it is recovered by Daniel Scorzo of Oakland, who passes it up to Christopher Hubbard, trying to skate in his own zone. Cup will beat him to it. Three or four players, but Cup will recover and pass it over to Wands. Wands banks it over to Joe Marsalek, but it goes off the stick and back into the zone after a dump from Kyle Nichols. Recovered now by Mooney. Mooney with a shot, but blocked by Dvorak. Just the third shot for the Lakers. I believe that actually might be Mooney's second, but I'm not official. I don't have an official stat there. Chris Carey now with the puck, trying to bring it up the ice. Passes it up to Mooney, who just dumps it off to Knees. Knees looks for someone to pass to, spins around his man, brings it behind the zone, skating a little bit, and passes it up to Walsh, who just gets a shot and is deflected and bouncing around, but it is hit out by Dvorak with a stick and goes back to Oswego with Carey. Now over to Knees. Mooney tries to get the backhand off, but it is blocked by his man, number 23, Tyler Simon. No icing there as Oakland wins the race. And a big hit from Chris Carey as Knees brings it back up the ice with 8:35 remaining in the period. Now with Luke Mackin bringing it up the ice. And Knees recovers after a little miscommunication there. And a backhand shot saved by Golosi. And a large slap shot from Martin Simonek just to get it out. One-timer shot from the slot from Luke Mackin. Goes wide of Golosi, who does not have to stop it. Chapin loses the puck right past Golosi in the front. Again, does not hit him for a save. However, Oakland does hold on to it and keeps it at the blue line. Goes offside, just brings it offside to Luke Novak. As Oakland slowly skates off the bench after a good 30 seconds of pressure. They will recover. Luke Novak brings it up the ice and passes it to Nicholas Fernandez, who just dumps it in the zone. Golosi stops it and gives it over to Lemieux. Once again, Oakland right outside the zone, there to pick up the puck after trying to clear it. Oakland does seem to have a little bit of a size advantage. I don't have the exact heights. They were not listed on the ACHA roster for Oakland, but they definitely do seem to have a little more of a size advantage over Oswego State, especially their defensemen, just based off initial perception. However, Oakland will hold on a wraparound shot from, it looks like number 7, yes it is, Benjamin Grudzian, but cannot get anything off. A couple saves for Golosi there. Lemieux brings it up the ice, tries to get around his man, cannot. Looks for a pass, tries to give it off, I should say, to Bobby Vasta, cannot, but number 20, Luke Myers, will hold on to it, but loses it. With Myers once again, with fans on the wrist shot, cannot get anything off, tries to get around his defenseman, but cannot either. But Oswego State almost loses it to Oakland. Just offsides. Marvin could not get the 1 inch over to avoid the offside call, and it will head back to the neutral zone. Oswego State has had some chances later on in the period with 6:27 remaining, still 0-0 tie, just not able to get the shots to hit Ian Dvorak. Ian Dvorak has played 3 games this season, has made 64 saves, has a 2.69 goals against average with a .901 save percentage, as it does hit Dvorak this time for another save for Lakers now. 4 shots. Dvorak does boast a 1-2 record within those 3 games. Oswego State's Marvin tries to dump it back to Myers, but just cannot stick with it. He dropped his stick, it looks like, and it will go up to Oakland University with Chase Sereno. Sereno tries to give it over to Christopher Harper, but cannot get a one-timer on Golosi. A shot and save by Golosi in the legs. A big save, wide open net. A weak shot, but it is stopped by Golosi for the 9th shot from Oakland. Almost didn't see where it was. It was just kind of bobbling around, but Golosi was able to close the pads together to put it in between his legs and get the whistle. Now the puck drop will be in the near zone of the Oswego State zone. Referee did not like what Joe Marsac was doing and pulled him out, but so Guillaume Herbert goes in and does win the puck. And they just cleared down the ice. Marsac will try to get there first, but cannot, with Nathan Richards winning the race. No icing, however, as he got it before the line. With Richards again over, and a shot, and it's stopped once again by a sprawling Golosi. Really opening up his body to make some crucial saves beginning in the game. Oakland with a lot of chances, however, on the potential one-timer attempt, but cannot connect it. 9 times out of 10 cannot connect the stick right now. There have been a couple chances, but the defense of Oswego State has been able to stop him as it is deflected by Marsalic's skates and to Oakland's stick, who skates around. A nice spin there from Gino Mini to get it around, and it goes into the bench of Oakland, almost hitting Thomas Crisano, the backup goaltender. Passes off to a line spin. A goal into the neutral zone now on the near side near Oakland's zone. A good amount of Oswego State fans, or I should say fans in general, I'm not sure who they follow closely here, on the far side, on our right side of the scoreboard, that is. I'd say a solid 20 or 30. More than I've seen this season so far, which means they can only go up from here. Oswego State did have the day off. Students did, at least, as it is considered their fall break. As Chase Nees brings it up the ice. This is considered Oswego State's fall break for a nice 3-day weekend. Nees now tries to get the one-timer on it from Mooney, but cannot hold on to it, but Nees will recover and passes it back to O'Neill. Now with Mooney. Mooney just skating around on his side. Tries to get a pass off. Cannot over to Carey, but cannot hold on. Nees with a one-timer shot into the leg pads of Ian Dvorak. Nice attempt there from Nees. Cannot get it past, however, as we remain scoreless with 4 minutes remaining in the opening period as it's cleared down the ice into Golosi's stick. And Oswego State's O'Neill, I should say, will deflect it into the zone, or shoot it into the zone, but Chris Carey deflects it to avoid the icing. Myers now. But it is stopped by Kyle McNamara, who gets a goal! It's Luke Myers! One-timer attempt, right off a rebound. And Lakers take a 1-0 lead with 3:44 remaining in the opening period. Luke Myers now with 3 goals on the season, his 8th point of the season, now with 5 assists. He is now only 1 point behind Adam Marvin. We will get official goals and stats in between intermissions, unless I do hear them from our good friend Carl Neff down at the public announcing. Last week there was confusion with a couple of the referees' calls through to the public announcer for goals and stats. They kept seeming to mix up the order of what numbers they gave, but with the help of backup goaltender Dan Dorney, who was sitting there with me, we were able to figure it all out. With a slap shot from Kyle Nichols, but it's stopped by Golosi, and it goes through his legs over to Marvin and cannot get the pass over to McNamara. Very good snuck behind, I should say, the Oakland University defense. Almost unnoticed, and a shot from center ice from Cup and goes right into the chest of Dvorak. So in case you did hear as we have bumped up the volume a little bit, as the puck will be dropped on the near circle in the Oakland zone. It was the Luke Myers goal from Kyle McNamara. That's going to be McNamara's 4th assist, who now has 8 points as well, 4 goals and 4 assists with 3:44 remaining. Oswego State now leading 1-0. CJ Walsh hits the ground after that, after getting tangled up with his defenseman, Gino Mini. No whistle there, but, excuse me. Oswego State will recover now, as R.J. Smith tries to bring it in, but it goes offsides as he's not able to hold on, and they have to skate away. CJ Walsh tries to poke it away. Hard slap shot, almost shot out of his skates as he spins around. That was number 15, Jacob Novak, who tried to have a slap shot, fell down and spun around. Almost looked like one of those young baseball players who just misses the baseball on the tee, spins around. But, like I said, we are on the frozen ice in the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena. Oswego State leads 1-0 with 1:50 remaining in the opening period. Oakland does recover, almost poked away by Mike Lemieux. It's with Chapin now, who almost clears it, but sticks with Gino Mini. Poked away, but able to cover, and Oakland holds onto it in the neutral zone. Oswego defense is staying strong, however, not letting them get too close right now. Tries to deke, but eventually does recover the puck. Holding onto it is Oakland, but Mike Lemieux will grab it and hits the netting, the near netting of Oswego State's zone, and it will remain in the zone as Lemieux tried to get a pass up to Jade Chapin, but he just went a little too high along the boards. Got a little momentum and hit the back net. Luckily the net was there, otherwise we'd have to use another puck from the ice pack. Oakland University does end up winning the puck, the draw there, and will hold possession, but Knees now passes it up to Chris Carey, who brings it up the ice. Got Knees right behind him, cannot hold on to it, and does not get a pass off as it's jabbed away by Tyler Simon. Carey once again with it. Almost another shot there. Oswego State looks to be gaining a little momentum now with Mooney. Mooney getting around his defenseman, trying to get a pass off, cannot. As Oakland will recover with 45 seconds remaining in the period. Just goes out of the zone, and Oswego State will hold on to it as it's tipped into the zone by Sean Mooney with 25 seconds remaining in the period. Grizzlies try to get a stick on it. Chase Sereno cannot hold on to it, but Oswego State Chase Knees will be racing up the ice. Gets a wrist shot off right into the chest of Dvorak. 15 seconds even remaining in the period, and it will be in the Oakland zone. On the far circle for Oswego State and Oakland University, and it looks like Luke Myers will be taking the draw with number 19 Chase Sereno of Oakland University. Oswego State does win the draw. Myers keeps with it, and now over to Cup. Cup with a shot, but it's blocked, and there's a race after it. Christopher Hubbard brings it up. He's got a breakaway opportunity. Golosi stops it, and a second shot, recovery shot, and to close out the first period, Golosi with 2 quick saves to avoid the breakaway. End of the first period, Oswego State leads 1-0 over Oakland University. Oakland State, however, does have a 10-7 shot advantage as Oakland skates off the ice. Again, that goal was Luke Myers from Kyle McNamara with 3:44 remaining in the opening period. Close game. Opening up here in the first at the Marano Campus Ice Center Arena. We'll be back momentarily, I'd say about 10 minutes, for some quick highlights from the first period. And we also return with some second period action here at the Marano Campus Ice Center Ice Arena. Excuse my language there. That was a long phrase there. The Marano Campus Center Ice Arena. There we go. With second period action to Oswego State 1, Oakland University 0, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back to ACHA Hockey. I am your host, Ben Greco, on the play-by-play and color commentary, alongside Jerry Pritchard on the camera. A very quick first period. I checked my phone during the intermission, only 7:25, 20-minute period. Usually goes, based on experience, about 30-35 minutes after penalties and goals and different stoppages in play, but it was a very quick period. Oswego State with the only major stoppage, I have to say, other than icings and offsides. Oswego State has a 1-0 lead over Oakland University after a Luke Myers goal from Kyle McNamara with 3:44 remaining in the first period. But now they lead heading into the second period. Shot totals for both teams. Oakland University has 10 compared to the Lakers 7. Golosi, who's in net for Oswego State, with a couple early big saves, a couple sprawling saves, and a couple rebound saves that he was able to stop after Oakland tried to bury it. The referees making their way on the ice now. One of the things I have noticed about the Oswego State team, though, is that they do break out very fast. And that is what you want to see, especially Chris Timmons definitely doesn't want to see that. But the first period, from what I have noticed out of the games, has been very back and forth. Second period is usually the game changer, I should say, for both teams. And what I've noticed from Oswego State, the second period is the big one for them. Like I said earlier, we got about 1:15 until the period starts. Oswego State getting ready to come out with Golosi leading the charge, but Lakers lead 1-0 heading into the second period. Lakers do boast that 3-3-0-1 record. It should be interesting here. Heading into the middle, 20 minutes. Oswego State will take the ice now with Alex Golosi getting ready to come out and hit his crease, making sure to keep this game close. Actually not sure where he went. I see Dan Dorney on the bench. I see no goaltender. There he is. Excuse me. Missed him skate over, but Oakland University now skating across the ice. It is interesting to see this compared to the NCAA teams at Oswego State. Both teams do come out the opposing locker room side. There's a couple locker rooms over there, and Oakland does have to wait for Oswego State to come out, and Oswego State has to wait for Oakland to go in after every period. Typically for the NCAA teams, Oswego State is on the bench that Oakland has, and they have a couple of locker rooms coming from their side of the ice, and the away team will be where teams enter for ACHA. Obviously, they don't want the ACHA teams in the NCAA locker room since they keep equipment in there. But second period is now underway, and Oakland University will win the faceoff in the middle 40 as we start the middle 20 minutes, with Oswego State leading 1-0. Theo Cup recovers in his zone. A little bit of a bouncing pass over to Chris Carey, who skates it up and passes it up to Chase Nees, but is stopped and recovered by Chris Nees after a little bit of a deflection. Oakland University tries to clear, but up to Wands, who grabs it with his glove. Cup just dumps it in. It hits Greg Muser, the captain. Almost reached there by Christopher Hubbard. Could not get a stick on it. But Oswego State recovers, and Chris Carey will bring it in. Bumped off the puck. Sean Mooney now passes it over to Chase Nees with a little bit of a deflection. Simonek now. Chase Nees tries to bring it in. Over to Mooney. Mooney behind the net. Tries to get a shot blocked by Oakland, who will now skate it up the ice. A couple of Oakland University fans actually just walked in. Starting the second period. I count 3 right now. There might be a couple more scattered around, but I haven't seen any Oakland hoodies as it's behind the net of Golosi. Oakland does have it with Jacob Novak skating around, trying to find an open player to pass to, who gives it over to Chase Sereno. Sereno passes it back to Luke Novak, who is deflected over the net after a shot from the blue line. Oakland is holding onto the puck, held in by skates along the corner, but Oswego State just does clear it out and goes right into the stick of Oakland. Chase Nees does stop the puck, it looked like with his mask. And there's a shot that hits the blocker of Golosi. but Oswego State will grab it. C.J. Walsh passing it over to Carey. Carey skates it up the ice now with a couple guys. Carey with a high shot. Nees tries to get the one-timer rebound off the glass. Cannot make connection. Carey will hold onto it as Nees grabs a puck and just tries to hold onto it to get his team in the zone. Almost a shot there from Kyle McNamara, looking for his second point of the game, but cannot get a stick on it in front of the net. As Sean O'Neill tries to battle the defenseman to get the puck. Now with Oakland's Tyler Simon, just dumps it in, hits the backboards. Here comes Oswego State. Marvin tries to get around the shot, and it is blocked by Kyle Nichols. Oswego State does hold on to the puck there with Marvin now behind the net, trying to get it around, but Pat just passes it over to McNamara. Goes right in front of the net. No Oswego State player there to recover. Will stick with O'Neill, who just dumps it into the zone and tries to give it over to McNamara. Myers is knocked down there, cannot hold on to the puck, as Oakland University does, or attempts to clear it in, but Oswego State will grab the puck with Bobby Vasta, passing it up to Myers, who just dumps it into the zone to hit the bench. Oakland with the puck behind their own zone, or behind their own net, excuse me, with Luke Novak skating it up the ice. Now, at center ice once again with Oakland, excuse me for the pause there. As Oswego State grabs the puck behind their net, almost up to R.J. Smith, but it just goes around, cannot get a puck on it, and will go back to Dvorak. So Oakland University will hold on to it and tries to pass it. It does hit the stick, of Christopher Hubbard, but cannot hold on to it. And Oswego State's Chris Swans will grab the puck behind the net, passes it up the cup over to R.J. Smith, who cannot hold on to it and loses possession to Oakland. Lemieux tries to get a stick on it, just hits it into the Oakland zone, and Daniel Scorzo will hold on to it. Scorzo tries to give it to his teammate, Christopher Hubbard, but it is stopped by Nees. And there's a shot on goal from Hubbard, but it's stopped by Golosi and just lets it go to his Oswego State teammate. Grizzlies once again with it, and Chase Nees gets the puck after the Grizzlies lost the pass. A shot from Chris Carey right up near the net. Stood there for a while waiting for Dvorak to bite on it, but could not. It just hits the pads, and it is dumped back in from center ice. Good attempt there from Oswego State, trying to increase their lead, but still holds the 1-0 lead with 15 minutes remaining in the middle period. Oakland's 11 shots compared to Oswego State's 8. Oakland just passing around their defensive zone now, trying to get it around the couple of Oswego State players there, Nees and Sean Mooney. They eventually do, and it goes up to Luke Mackin, but cannot hold on to it as Wands, his 4 counterpart, battles him for the puck there. Alan Mooney over to Chris Carey at center ice, who just tried to skate it into the zone. He does. He gets past the defenseman, shot, and it just goes wide of Dvorak. Great attempt there to get around his defenseman, get the shot off, just could not hit the goaltender. However, Oswego State will hold onto it, but it goes right back to Oakland University with Jacob Novak just trying to dump it up the ice. Almost goes into the bench of Oakland. However, Oswego State recovers with C.J. Walsh. C.J. Walsh over to Marsalik. Marsalik will try to skate and just dumps it in. Almost hits Dvorak, but it just goes wide from center ice. Little battle behind the net there for the puck, but it will go all the way back down the ice for an icing, with Martin Simonek winning the race without a ton of competition from Oakland University. Oakland's players will remain on the ice after the icing. 13:41 remaining in the second period. Lakers still lead 1-0 over the Grizzlies. Myers at the ice, center ice, for the puck drop for Oswego State alongside Luke Novak. No icing as Oakland University's Nicholas Fernandez does beat out Martin Simonek, and they will hold on, but Oswego State will grab the puck with McNamara holding on, but it's giving it right back to Oakland. Oakland with a wide open area shot, and it just goes through the crease. Golosi did not see it. It was a wide open net for the one-timer, but Oakland has no one there for the tip. Bouncing puck now, but Marvin tries to get to it, but cannot, but McNamara recovers. Pass it over to Marvin. Marvin tries to get around the fence, and McNamara not able to put a stick on it, and Oakland will grab it and bring it down the ice now. Tipped at center ice by James Bayagic. And Oswego State will grab the puck behind their net and it goes up to Marvin. Cannot get a full pass off as it goes over to Chase Sereno, who tries to get it in front of the net, cannot. And a shot from Daniel Scorzo, but patted away by Golosi. Oswego State will grab it now. Bobby Vasta over to Kyle McNamara. Kyle McNamara tries to get around the Sussman, cannot. Passes it right under, or shoots it right under his defenseman, and it's stopped by Dvorak. It looks like we might have a couple seconds of a blank screen for you folks. Our cameraman Jerry Pritchard is changing the battery as it is slowly dying here. Battery is dying a little faster now with the cold weather of the ice arena, but we will get it back in just a couple seconds with a new battery as the camera is rebooting. There we go. Camera image is back up. So we have the TV broadcast. Oakland University TV almost gets the puck. Oswego State bats it around to keep it in the zone, but Oakland will hold on to it with Luke Mackin bringing it up the ice now. But Oswego State grabs it. Chapin, excuse me. Lots of forechecking from Oswego State early on to keep it in their zone. A lot more offensive pressure compared to the first period. Not a ton of shots, however, only 2 shots in this period. A lot more offensive zone time and still the same amount of back and forth. Goes back to Vasta. Almost passes it into the skates of his defenseman, but he just shoots it in from center ice and it hits Dvorak's pads. Now with Lemieux, who takes a shot and hits the blocker of Dvorak for another shot for the Lakers, as Oswego State still leads 1-0. No one there for Oswego State. Oakland recover. Cup almost shoots, passes it up. Shot and stopped by Dvorak. The shot came from Jay Chapin. Oswego State now with 10 shots with 11:09 remaining in the second period. Oswego State leads 1-0 still. Shot from Cup, pass from Cup, tries to get over to R.J. Smith, but it's stopped by Oakland University. But they will recover behind their own net. Cup gets around his defenseman, or marksman, I should say. Dumps it down, and Oakland will hold on to the puck. Racing up the ice is Gino Mini, who takes a shot right into the glove of Golosi with 10:40 remaining, and play is stopped. That's Oakland's 12th shot of the period, or game, excuse me. Second shot of the period. It'll be on the near circle in the Oswego State zone for the face-off. And Oswego State will win it. Wands wraps it around over to Knees. Knees will bring it right back the other way. And Wands loses possession as Knees try to give it off, and Oakland will hold on to it. Right in front there, Golosi stops it again, stops and falls back, but the puck is cleared. Golosi, a big part of the success of the Oswego State defense right now in his 7th game of the season. Oakland University once again with a shot and glove down by Golosi, but will hold on to it. Play is stopped again with 10:08 remaining in the second period. Golosi has stood on his head so far in the first 30 minutes of the game. Already halfway through the second period, which again, no penalties have been registered, which is something you really haven't seen from Oswego State in the first couple of games with the physicality you saw against Kent State, Canisius, a little bit of physicality against Cornell, in Cortland. But the last couple weekends with Canisius and Kent State, you've seen a lot of physical play, a lot of penalties, but nothing so far. not really a physical game either between Oakland. Maybe they're waiting for the grudge match at Fort Ontario tomorrow morning. But we shall wait and see. As it clears the zone from Oswego State, Oakland holds on to the puck, brings it into their own zone with Brett Dawson right on his tail. Now with Walsh, who brings it around, holds onto the puck, but as the defenseman was in front of him, tried to hold onto it but couldn't, and that was Christopher Hubbard with the pressure. Herbert now tries to bring it up, and there will still be no penalty after trying to sell the hook there, or a slash. Referees did not buy it. Herbert now fell over his own skates there, able to get the pass off. Almost over to Dawson, just overskates it a little bit. Pelosi stops it behind his net. With a Grizzly right there, CJ Walsh does hold on to it, tries to get a pass off, but it hits the skates of Luke Mackin. And now with Herbert up to Marzalik, it is tipped by Marzalik, and there is no icing as all the players will change. Adam Marvin now on his man with Kyle McNamara. Marvin almost regains the puck from Keegan Nolan. We cannot hold on to it. Golosi once again behind his net, grabs it, and there's a hard shot from Bobby Vassa who tried to clear the zone but cannot. Golosi gloved down another shot again from the blue line from Tyler Simon. The 17th shot of the game from Oakland with 8:22 remaining in the second period. Oswego State still leads 1-0. A little more Oakland offense here in the latter couple minutes of the second period, excuse me. Myers with the faceoff cannot get possession of this one. However, Oakland will take possession in their offensive zone. The 8:15 remaining. Blocked pass, not able to get in front, keeping Golosi on his toes there. Oakland with some good passing early on, really holding possession. A shot from Luke Novak, it's just patted away by Golosi, who's not able to hold on to that one. Myers will recover behind his net and gives it over to O'Neal. O'Neal tries to get over to McNamara, just a little bit ahead of him. And Grizzlies will dump it back into the zone after a shot from Keegan Nolan once again, who just goes wide and all the way back into their zone. Oswego State recovers the puck. Myers over to Marvin. Marvin at the side. Marvin looking for someone to pass, who shoots instead, hits the body of Dvorak, and it is still loose with McNamara. Grizzlies get it, however. Close chance there. Dvorak without his stick tries to get it quick, and his teammate, Benjamin Grudzian, is able to get it there. While the puck is frozen for a couple seconds at least, as it's now cleared from that scrum along the end boards. Oswego State Wands tries to dump it in, hits McNamara, not able to, but Luke Myers now has it. Just backhands it right at Dvorak. Nothing doing there. So Oakland University now with the puck. A little bit of conflict there between. It looked no penalty there, which was very surprising. I'm sure the camera was not on it, but it looked like number 22 from Oswego State, R.J. Smith, and number 27, Luke Novak, were going at it a little bit. And that actually might have been, number 20, Chandler Gillespie, going at it a little bit. A lot of shoving after the play from Gillespie after he would take him down, but no, even the referee was right next to him, but there was no call. May sound a little biased of me, but I was expecting some, at least unsportsmanlike, maybe an interference call, but nothing doing from the referees. Just trying to keep this play going with 6:10 left to go in the second period. As Oswego State tries to dump it down but cannot, but it is eventually dumped down by Wands, and it is stopped by Oakland University. Lemieux now tries to get around his defense and cannot. It's just going to bring it right out of the zone to get full possession of it. Go right back in the zone. A shot before he entered the zone by Dvorak, and will just hold on to it. Dvorak thought he had it in his gloves. He didn't, and closed his pads down to the kicks, but he did have it in the glove all along, just did not see it quick enough. Just to be on the safe side there. 5:46 remaining in the middle period, with Mooney taking the draw for Oswego State. Oswego State does win it and goes back to carry. CJ Walsh. Walsh with a shot. Patted away by Dvorak, and Oswego State will attempt to hold on to it. We are seeing the physical play here now, early on, later in the second period, and it does hit the back net and the whistle will blow. A little more physical play now, at least from a couple of Oswego State players, especially looking at Martin Simonek there after shoving his player into the boards after getting shoved around a little bit. 5:27 remaining. Could lead to an interesting third period if this keeps up. You don't see many, actually, you don't see any fights, I should say, in ACHA or NCAA. Be a little hard to hit your opponent's face with the full mask that college hockey is required to wear, similar to high school. But nonetheless, you do still get the physical play and the physical shoving, just like an NHL game would have. Golosi does stop the puck after a shot from center ice with 5:08 remaining and will freeze the game. I have seen in my times watching the NCAA games with Oswego State and a couple of teams pretty close to some fights. It looked like they might rip their helmets off, but nonetheless, I have never seen one in person. Still waiting for that to happen potentially. I doubt it will. But as we watch the face-off between Guillaume Herbert and Keegan Nolan, Oakland, will come away with that one. And just tipped away so it doesn't get in front of the net of Golosi by Oswego State. It is offsides for Oakland. They are skating at it. It looked like Luke Mackin did not hear him. He was just skating at him until the lineman, actually went up to him and said, "Hey, you're offsides." Vasta just does dump it in. Hits the end boards, almost hits the net. He will recover, however. And now with Marsalek. Marsalek tries to get it over to Brett Dawson. Brett Dawson does almost get a stick on it, but cannot get it into Dvorak's chest. No penalty once again. Players really want something there from Oakland. Looked like a trip. But referees once again keep the play going, and it is going to be an icing for Oakland University. Still no penalties. 4:19 remaining in the second period. Oswego State up 1-0. 19-14 shot advantage for Oakland University. Once again, a very quick period. I'm not exactly sure what time we started the period, but it is only, or nearly, I should say, 8 o'clock. Yes, 8 o'clock. And we've almost played 2 full periods in 1 hour. You really don't see that. Oswego State wins the draw, but it will go to neutral zone as Cup couldn't get there fast enough, and who passes it over to Wands near us. Back over to Cup. Tries to get it on the stick to Myers. After a deflection, he does. Myers skates in, tries to get the wraparound, and just hits the pads of Dvorak. Cannot get it there quick enough as Oakland University recovers now with Marvin giving the good forecheck hit. Cup now with the puck, gloving it down. And it does not exactly go into the zone as Oakland grabs it. It will bring it in with James Bagich. Bagich shoots it, but it was way wide, I shouldn't say it was a little wide there. As Marvin recovers it, and it goes back to Oakland with a shot from Daniel Scorzo, but it's padded away. And another save for Golosi. Wands with it now, near the Oswego State zone, and over to Cup. Cup back to Wands. Wands up to McNamara, who just deflects out into the box of the public announcer. That's back-to-back games that has happened. That happened to me. Almost got hit on Saturday last weekend against Kent State. Carl Neff looks like he's a little scared there. He was rubbing his head and looking like he might have scared him a little bit. Looks like they are all okay down there, as we like to see, as Oakland University does win the puck with 3:10 remaining in the second period. Oakland does just dump it in after the deflection. CJ Walsh will grab the puck. Walsh just clears it past, trying to get Knees. Knees will not get there in time. The icing is called. Very close inches separated him and Kyle Nichols. Knees was extremely close, however. Knees, the first-year Laker from Plano, Texas. Speedy player is he. Only stands at 5'7". However, that does not affect him. His speed goes on. Knees little deflection there. Just goes off by inches. Chris Carey cannot keep it in the zone. Knees was right ahead of him, could not hold it on. As it will go back to the neutral zone, in the far left circle, or far left dot, I should say. No official circle there, as it is just dumped in by Simonek, but it does hit the body of Daniel Scorzo, not hitting. And there's a breakaway opportunity. And a goal from Greg Muser, the captain. Breakaway opportunity, at 2:33 remaining in the second period. 20th shot is Oakland's first goal of the game. Greg Muser with the breakaway opportunity there just gets it past the shoulder of Alex Golosi. Tie game now, 1-1, Oswego State against Oakland University with 2:33 remaining in the second period as we return to center ice for another faceoff. And we will await who got the assist there, at least. Muser once again with and another breakaway opportunity. But Golosi stops this one from Chase Serrano. Tries to backhanded, excuse me. But Golosi does not bite. It will be the far circle now for another face-off in the Oswego State zone, and Oakland wins this one. And we'll just hold on to it and pass it in. Muser just tries to get it over, which he does, to Christopher Hubbard. And Muser almost gets it inside again, but with nothing doing. Now over to Vasta. Vasta just clears the zone, and it goes back to Gino Mini. Shot, and it's way deflected, way out of here. Not out of the rink, I should say. Keegan Nolan with a shot. Missed the assist there as I was talking. Missed it from Kyle Neff. However, a shot from Nolan hits the stick of an Oswego State defenseman and goes way over the net near the entrance doors of the Morano Campus Center Ice Arena. And is gloved down by Golosi after a shot from Gino Mini from the blue line. .146 remaining in the second period as another faceoff. Guillaume Herbert does attempt to win it, and it is in the slot, but no shot from Luke Mackin. Shot from Mini is blocked and is given to Marsalek. Marsalek gets it up the ice with a couple teammates. Now with Vasta. Vasta looking to shoot, blocked by his defenseman, Nathan Richards. Oswego State, or Oakland University now the puck, but almost recovered again by Oswego State and back with Oakland. And goes into the bench of Oakland University after a deflection with 1:21 remaining. 1-1 tie game between Lakers and Grizzlies. Oakland with the 21-14 shot advantage over Oswego State, with Oakland University just scoring a couple moments ago. Myers at center ice now with his 20 counterpart, Chandler Gillespie. Almost goes offsides, but Kyle McNamara was able to keep it out of the zone, but did lose possession as Oakland brings it into their own zone. Myers passes it up to Marvin. Marvin does get to it with his 27 counterpart. Marvin tries to get the shot over to McNamara. There's a delayed penalty. Oswego State will have the man advantage as Golosi skates to the net. It is going to go out of the zone with Cup skating after it, who will attempt to hold onto it and bring it back in the zone with a 6-on-5 man advantage. Cup now passes it over to McNamara. McNamara brings it in the zone, looks to shoot. It just goes wide. And it looks like Oakland does not get firm possession of it. I thought they did, but Marvin will hold on to it as it goes into the zone. Still no firm possession after all that, and Oswego State will hold on to it. And it looks like Oakland will get possession after they do hold possession. It's going to be a holding penalty. We'll see who it's on. It's going to be on number 27, Luke Novak. With 22 seconds remaining in the period, Oswego State will have about 1:40 remaining on the power play in the third period, barring they do not score here. Oswego State's first power play of the game, first penalty in period of the overall of the game. Took nearly 2 periods for the first penalty of the game, and that is not something we have seen from Oswego State after some physical games. Muser with a chance, cannot hold on to it. but does get possession shorthanded in the offensive zone with 5 seconds left remaining in the period. Just frozen right now. And Oswego State will recover with just the 1 second left, and the horn will go. With Chris Carey attempting to bring it up the ice, just not enough time. End of the second period, Oswego State won, Oakland University won. 21 shots compared for Oakland University compared to Oswego State. 138 remaining on the Luke Novak penalty for holding at 22.8 seconds. Third period coming up shortly. We'll be back for that shortly as Oswego State, like I said, is tied with Oakland University 1-1. Oswego State will enter the third period on the power play. And we'll be back shortly from the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Oswego State ACHA Hockey. I'm your host, Ben Grieco, alongside Jerry Pritchard on the camera. Oswego State Lakers getting ready to hit the ice for the third period in a tied matchup 1-1 against Oakland University. Oakland University did tie it up in the second period with 2:33 remaining in the period. The goal came from captain Greg Muser on a breakaway, assisted by Daniel Scorzo. Oswego State will start the third period on a power play after Luke Novak of Oakland University was called for a hold with 22.8 seconds remaining. So we will get about 1:38 remaining, if I'm doing my math right, remaining on a penalty where Oswego State will have a 5-4 advantage. Unless they, of course, get a penalty themselves or they score, which is always nice to see on a power play special teams unit. All the Lakers are out now. Joe Marzalek finishing up the charge for Oswego State, and the Grizzlies will be walking out now. A lot of intensity coming from both teams now. A much more physical second period than the first, especially in the last couple of minutes, especially given the penalty at the end of the second period. However, we have seen a lot more physical play than in the first period when we basically finished up within 20 minutes. That was absolutely insane. It was I'd say about 22, 23 minutes, but you really just don't see that all that often in hockey with stoppages, like I said, in the power play for icings, for penalties, for any potential goals. Oswego State did have the first goal in the first period with Luke Myers scoring after Kyle McNamara had the assist, and Oswego State will gain possession on the puck drop to start the third period with Cup skating around with it a little bit. Oswego State on the power play, as I said. Chase Nees now bringing it up to the ice. Chase Nees with a shot and hits the pad of Dvorak. Grizzlies will shoot it all the way down the ice. Pelosi stops it, and now with Cup. 19:38 remaining in the period with 1:14 remaining on the penalty now. Once again with Oswego. Over to Mooney, now with Carey, and over to Nees. Just is poked from Oakland and back to Cup at the blue line. Now with Carey. Carey tries to bring it in and just dumps it off for Walsh. Walsh over to Cup, back to Walsh. Walsh back to Cup. Nice game of pass between the two, and now with Mooney, and back over to Cup, back to Walsh. Walsh with a shot, and it just goes wide of the net. Does not even hit Dvorak, as Oswego State does hold on to it. Just goes past the back of Walsh, who will skate with it in the neutral zone. 35 seconds remaining on the penalty. Now with Mooney. With Nees, back to Myers. Grizzlies do hold on to it, attempt to clear it, and just get it out with a high flop. 15 seconds remaining on the penalty. Cup brings it up the ice with Myers. Skating it in. Marvin, a little miscommunication there, goes right into the stick of the Grizzlies. And a long clear past Golosi, and it will stick with the Grizzlies as the penalty is cleared, and Grizzlies return to full strength. 18:15 remaining in the regulation period. 1-1 is the score. Grizzlies hold on to it and just dump it in the zone. And that dump came from Kyle Nichols. Hits the bottom of the scale, the linesman who tries to get out of the way, could not soon enough. But Grizzlies will hold on to it in their own zone with Myers and McNamara giving a little pressure. Vasta did come in for the pressure as well. Almost keeps it, but it goes back to O'Neal over to McNamara. McNamara just dumps it in, and it's deflected, and Grizzlies will hold on to it with 17:35 remaining in the third period. Clear down the ice, O'Neal will stop it before it is called an icing, and it will stick with Vasta over back to O'Neal, excuse me. No icing as it just dumped in. Pelosi with the puck and dumps it off for Vasta, who gives it off to McNamara and back to Vasta. Vasta attempts to give it off to Marvin, but he just gets it back after some deflection and goes over to O'Neal. Now with McNamara. Back to Oakland. trying to get it in front of the net for a slot shot, but could not, as it's deflected and goes out of the zone. It's tipped by Adam Marvin Stick, with Chase Sereno trying to get it around there, but goes back to Novak. Now Sereno and loses possession, but will regain in the corner. Oswego State now with it behind the net, and that's O'Neal with the puck and over to Myers. Myers just out of reach for Marvin. It is going to be an icing as Brett Dawson tries to race for it. A couple feet back. It is going to be icing and go all the way back to Oswego State's zone. 16:35 remaining in the regulation period. Oakland with the 21-17 shot advantage, but it is still tied 1-1. Oswego State will win the faceoff there, but it goes to Oakland's stick. And it's now with Vasta. Vasta skating up the ice with it. Just dumps it in. No icing is called. Brett Dawson with the pressure now. Over to Muser. Hubert. He passed it to Cup, looking around. Now back to Cup in their own defensive zone. Cup slides it up to Dawson, who just tips it in, hits the pads of Dvorak, and it goes into the back. And Oswego State does recover. Marzalek holds on to it. Hubert, fan shot from Wands, and Grizzlies will get it back as they try to enter the zone. Dawson hits it out of the way up to Cup. Cup just hits it into the zone, dumps it into the zone, excuse me, and Oakland will hold on. Wands now just dumps it in, avoiding the offsides call. Hubert with a little pressure there on his man. Cup try to get Carey. Try to get a little there. Carey attempts it. Cup, excuse me, too many names right now. Cup does attempt and succeeds in dumping it. Grizzlies will get the puck, and it's with Carey, who has a shot after he intercepted a pass and is patted away by Dvorak. Now with Walsh. Walsh gives it up to Knees, who cannot hold on exactly, but is almost with Carey once again, and it is now with Gino Mini. Mini with only one man to beat, and he almost does, but loses possession as Wands grabs the puck. Back with Oakland now, who just tries to backhand it and goes into the skates of Knees. We'll go back to C.J. Walsh once again. Wraps it around over to Chapin, who passes it up to Mooney. Tripped over his own skates there, no call, as Mooney will bring it up the ice now. Able to get around a defenseman, holds onto the puck. Mooney cannot get it to Carey, but it will all go back to Simonek. Simonek shoots it in, but is blocked by an Oakland defender, and he will clear all the way back down for an icing with 14:18 remaining in the regulation period. Still tied 1-1. Oswego State has 18 shots compared to Oakland University's 21. It will be in the Oakland zone in the far circle to our right. To our left, excuse me, Dvorak's right. Be held on to by McNamara, cannot get a full possession though, but delayed enough for Oswego State to get back into a defensive position. Oakland now with the puck, passing it up the ice over, and actually it's going to go all the way. It's going to be an icing after it wraps all the way around. Oakland almost in time. Greg Muser tried to race up but could not get there. Excuse me, that was Chase Sereno who tried to race up, could not get there in time, but Simonek is able to beat him to the puck. Will be on our right side now, Dvorak's left. 14 minutes even remaining in the regulation period. Luke Myers almost gets a shot off, but it's blocked by Oakland right off the faceoff, and tries to pass it to McNamara, but is taken away by Jacob Novak. Cleared once again all the way down the ice, and it's going to be an icing as C.J. Walsh beats the puck without really a ton of competition. And again, go to the opposite side once again, our left, Dvorak's right. Slowly learning my directions here as the season progresses. Oakland comes away with the puck, but is stopped by Simonek, who gets a shot, but it's tipped on the stick. Oakland does recover with Sereno trying to get to the puck, but is grabbed by Myers, who just passes it off to Simonek. Simonek tries to clear, stopped by Oakland, and it goes back to C.J. Walsh. C.J. Walsh skating up the ice now. C.J. Walsh will just dump it into the corner, as they change lines, and Oakland, Luke Myers gets possession, but it slides it into the middle of the ice, and it will go all the way down the ice now. No icing as Oakland won the race there. A little bit of a hard hit from Vasta. Almost a one-timer attempt from Oakland, but no one able to recover the puck after a hard pass in front of the crease. Now with Oswego State, Vasta. Vasta bringing it up the ice and passes it up to Marvin, who just dumps it in, and R.J. Smith will go after it. Luke Novak dumps it around, and it is stopped by O'Neill. Almost up to Myers, but cannot get it, and it is grabbed once again by Chandler Gillespie. No icing is called after Greg Muser was able to keep up with the Oswego State defense. A nice block there from Bobby Vasta to avoid the pass inside the slot. And it goes back to the blue line, and a shot, and a pad saved by Gillespie. And it looked like it hit the side of the outside of the net. No goal there as Gillespie's bottle flew up. But a nice save after a screen. Just trying to throw his body in front of the puck, and it's deflected by Lemieux. Goes into the corner. 12:05 remaining in the regulation period as Chapin brings it up. Chapin's going to bring it up in the center ice, just dump it into Dvorak, who will hold onto the puck and freeze it. 11:55 now remaining in the regulation period. 22 shots for Oakland compared to Oswego State's 18. Still 1-2-1. Be on the near circle in the Oakland zone as it is won by Oswego State. Stick went into the helmet of Chase Nees. Could not get a penalty, though, after throwing his head back, and it is brought in by Oakland, whose shot, and a rebound shot from number 13 Keegan Nolan, and then Chase Sereno had the rebound. So the rebound just went wide, but the initial shot was saved by Gillespie. Good stop there from Gillespie to keep this game tied. Oswego State will keep it in the zone, but once again recovered by Nolan. Nolan will bring it up the ice, shoot, and it is blocked by Cup. Mackin now skating around with it, and the net becomes dislodged. 11:14 remaining in the third period. Cup a little slow to get up. It looks like he was the one that ran into the net, and it looks like he's going to use it for assistance, but it looks like he's going to be all right and stay on the ice. Will stay in the Oswego State zone on the near side as Mooney will attempt to win the faceoff, but it's going to stick there, and Nees will come away with it after all that. Chris Carey now with it, racing up the ice, trying to hold on to it. He does. Chris Carey tries to pass it into Nees, cannot. Over to Mooney, who has a shot, but it's blocked. It was going to go wide anyway, but from Tyler Simon. Tyler Simon does keep possession, is with Oakland now. Oakland racing up the ice. That's going to be Chase Sereno racing up. And gets a backhand. Almost a one-timer shot from Christopher Hubbard. Could not get a stick on it. No connection there. Remains 1-1 with 10:40. Now with Myers. Myers just dumps it in. Tries to chase it. Attempts to chase it himself. But Daniel Scorzo holds on to it. Stopped by McNamara, who gets an interception. Cannot keep it in the zone after a poke check. It will just pass it back to C.J. Walsh, who passes it to Marvin, and it's going to be an icing. No deflection from Marvin's skate or sticks, and it will head back to the Oswego State zone. A little bit of a pressure there from Oswego State, but McNamara could not hold on to it. Was not able to capitalize on holding onto the puck, but Oswego State will now go back to their defensive zone after the icing with 10:20 remaining in the second period. The third period. 23 shots for Oakland compared to 18 for Oswego State. And Oakland will win the faceoff. Hold on to it. A little high there. Tried to jump and glove from Chandler Gillespie. Cannot. Just wide shot from Scorzo. Gillespie. Does not need to worry about that one. Oakland does hold on to it. It tries to pass it to slot, but McNamara will grab the puck. Myers now with the puck in the middle. Myers holds onto it through a couple defenders. Takes a shot right into the pads after skating around a little bit, circling around a little bit. Shoots it right into the pads of Dvorak. 9:45 remaining for Oswego State. or for the game in regulation. The 19th shot for Oswego State. Beyond the far circle of the Oakland zone now. Still tied 1-1. Oswego State does win it, and it's almost a shot from Chris Carey, but it's blocked, and it is going to go way into the benches by a couple of fans, and it will stay into the zone. No high stick, even though it was about shoulder width height. They will use the same puck after a linesman try to get a new one. Oakland will win the faceoff there, but Oswego State is able to hold them off a little bit as they try to get back into a defensive position. Vasta now with the puck up to Chris Carey. Vasta with it once again after it went off the skates of him. And around a defenseman, just dumps it into the zone. Mooney now with the pressure, and Vasta almost gets to it. Really big deke from Keegan Nolan, a jumping deke to get around his defenseman to stick with the puck. Not able to come away with anything there. Golosi with the pad save with a stick and goes into the back netting with 8:59 remaining to keep this game tied at 1. It will be in the Oswego State zone now in the near circle. A lot of back and forth here. No side really has the upper hand so far. It is still the 1-1, but it will be in the far circle of the Oswego State zone. Oswego State does win it. Oakland comes away with it, however, in the back, but Oswego State gains it back with Chapin off the pass. Shot from Luke Novak, but it's just simply gloved down by Gillespie. Not a very hard shot from the blue line, but with 8:48 remaining in the third period, every save is vital in a tie game. To be on the near circle this time, and Oswego State will win it. Cup just tries to dump it down, cannot, but Chapin does recover after it's blocked by Oakland player. Chapin with a shot goes right into the chest of Dvorak after looked like a little bit of a tip, but play will be halted once again with 8:38 now remaining in the regulation period. It will be on the near circle in the Oakland zone. Myers at the faceoff along with Chase Sereno. But Myers comes away with a shot and almost a goal from McNamara, but just goes high and wide right in the slot. A couple more wide chances from Oswego State right after that, but nothing doing, and the game will remain tied at 1. 8:20 remaining. Just out of reach for Oakland as Cup races back and gets it and gives it over to Wands, and now with McNamara. McNamara leaves it for Wands. Wands a shot right into the chest of Dvorak. Another shot with 8:08 remaining. Play is halted, and it's going to remain 1-1. 19 shots now for Oswego State. Sorry, 20 shots. They just updated it compared to Oakland's 24. Far circle faceoff now with Myers and Chandler Gillespie, 20 versus 20. Gillespie wins this one. Just over the head of Wands. It is going to be no icing as Nicholas Fernandez just beats out Cup. Wands was not able to jump and grab the puck in his glove at the blue line when the Grizzlies cleared it. But Oswego State will recover with Marvin now bringing up the ice. Cannot get around his defenseman, and Oakland will recover. Big hit from James Bayagic. It looked about to be an even hit. No one really won that one, but both players came to the ice, and both players are back on their skates. Golosi will hold on to the puck there. A post-whistle shove, and see if anything happens after that. 7:30 remaining. Golosi just held onto it. No official shot. It was just kind of trickling there, so he figured he'd stop play. 7:30 remaining in the regulation period. Still tied 1-1, 24-20, and the shot advantage going to Oakland. No penalties will be assessed after the little post-whistle scrum. Nothing big there, just a couple shoves, as expected in hockey, especially in a tie game. Far circle now in the Oswego State zone, and Oswego State will almost come away with it. Oakland able to freeze them up and come away with a puck there in their zone. Martin Semenek just loses it. A shot, and it almost goes into the pad. It does go into the pads of Golosi. Stopped by C.J. Walsh, It was batted around there and eventually gloved down by Golosi. 7:16 remaining in the regulation period now. One more shot added to the total, 25. Another shot, and a sprawling Golosi able to recover. A big save right off the faceoff there. Almost a slot shot, but now it is with Oswego State. Lemieux bringing up the ice. Mew does not get around his defender, will just attempt to dump it in, and it's stopped by Chapin. But it will go into the chest of Oakland. Just a dump by Simonek, try to get back into defensive position. Walsh trying to dive to stop it. Shot and blocked by Chapin. Diving block, and it looks like it might have hit his hand. He's shaking it a little bit, and looks like he's going to be heading right off the ice after the block. Sacrificial block at that to keep the game tied. Just a dump from Oakland, but they will recover as Simonek not able to get possession of it, but they are right on it. Chapin looks like he has taken his glove off on the bench. We certainly do hope he is okay after that. Golosi holds on to the puck after a bouncing puck, stops it in his glove from a shot from the side. Now 27 shots with 6:14 remaining, still 1-1. Chapin looks like he's going to be okay. It looks like a slashing penalty. I missed that from Lemieux. So Oswego State will now go on the penalty kill for the first time in Oakland's first power play with 6:14 remaining. They will now go on the penalty kill. Not able to get it. The clock moderator is not able to get the penalty up fast enough for the linesman before he dropped the puck. So there will be a stoppage until they get up, and it's now up. But Lemieux with a 2-minute penalty for slashing with 6:14 remaining at 1-1 tie game. Oakland comes away with the faceoff, just goes out of the zone. It didn't look like it originally did, and the defenseman, number 22, Nathan Richards, thought it. He brought it out, and then it went offsides. Just barely did. Better on it outside himself. Able to kill a little more time off the penalty. It's in the back of the net. No player has firm possession, and the net does go off its moorings. And it'll be 5:48 remaining in the period, 1:34 remaining on the penalty. No player got possession, but the net did go off its moorings to freeze the play. It's going to be in the near circle now, far circle, excuse me, for the faceoff. Hubert on the faceoff. Goes over to Oakland on the blue line. Sereno over to Hubbards. Back to Sereno. Now Richards. And a one-timer attempt from the side, but nothing doing, so it just goes wide. It's going to be a high stick. It's going to be a high stick if Oswego State touches it. They don't, and they're going to wait for, they're going to attempt to wait for Oakland, and they were just kind of sitting there waiting for Oakland to touch it, but they are not able to wait long enough. Players a little riled up about that, but head coach Chris Timmons does calm them down with 5:22 remaining in the regulation period, 1:08 remaining on the penalty, and it'll go back into the Oswego State zone. It's going to be in the far circle. That was an insane series of events right there. A slap shot from Oakland University. That was Gino Mini, but it just goes wide. Nothing doing there. As Wands will grab the puck and attempts it, and he does. He does clear it and goes all the way down, and he's going to chase after it with Gino Mini right next to him. Mini does come away with the puck, however. It's going to be a big penalty. Chase Knees gets the legs. It's definitely going to be a trip call, and it's confirmed a trip. It's going to be 5-on-3 now for the next 44 seconds. Just got too much of it. Knees was trying to get to the puck, got too much of his legs, and Mini hit the ground. So it's going to be 5-on-3 now for the next 44 seconds. And Knees not trying to plead his case at all. Looks like he's actually kind of laughing about the referee with it. And it looks like Oakland will go to the drawing board on this 5-on-3 opportunity. A big 5-on-3 opportunity with a tie game with 4:58 remaining in the period. It looks like Chris Timmons might be just talking to his players, nothing on the whiteboard quite yet. Oakland only with the one coach. Their assistant is not present tonight. Both coaches present for Oswego State. A little bit of a timeout action, actually, probably, as we await both teams to head back to the Oswego State zone, where there will be the face-off, with it being another Oswego State penalty, the third penalty of the game. It will be the second power play for Oakland after Lemieux's penalty expires. The knees will be in there for at least 2 more minutes, barring no goals. The puck is gained by Oakland, who just skates around with it now. Oswego State with a shot from Greg Muser, but is stopped by Colosi. And now at the high point and back over. Just a couple passing now between Richards and Muser. And it is now with Minnie. Minnie with a shot from Richards, but it is blocked up front. And it does not even hit Colosi. 10 seconds remaining on the first Lemieux penalty. Shot from Minnie. Just goes wide, hits the backboards. But they will recover. Lemieux getting ready to head out. And a shot from Minnie goes in, stopped by Colosi after it hits his mask and he dives on it. 1 second remaining on the penalty. Lemieux's ready to break out. Now he's just got to wait. Both lines will change with 1 second remaining on the 5-on-3 power play, but will turn into a 5-on-4 penalty momentarily. They do win. Oakland does win it, and it is cleared by Lemieux right at the last second. But they will get it in the defensive zone. That is Oakland being they. Oakland skates around with it, with Luke Novak just skating around, and over to Tyler Simon, who has a shot but just goes wide. And it will not clear the zone. Novak just gets there in time. Oswego State will attempt to get to the puck, but is held on by Nolan. Nolan skating around, back to Novak. Novak at the blue line. Novak fakes a shot and goes over to Nolan. Nolan with a pass over to Simon with a wide open net, can get the one-timer stick on it. Novak will hold on to it. 30 seconds remaining on the knees penalty with 3:28 remaining in the period. Wide shot from Tyler Simon. He looks like he was just looking for a deflection. Could not get anything on it, though, as it's held with Nolan now on the far side. Nolan now with Mooney, who just clears it down the ice with 15 seconds remaining on the penalty, and Tyler Simon will go back for it. Oswego State will change their lines. 8 seconds now remaining on the penalty. Penalty is killed. Oakland will bring it down in the ice, and Oswego State has returned to even strength unscathed. Almost a deflection there from Benjamin Grudzian. Cannot get a full stick on it as Oswego State holds on to it now with C.J. Walsh. Walsh with the puck and passes it up to Hubert. Hubert skating up in the ice now into the zone. Hubert looks for a shot, but it is blocked by Novak. Luke Novak, that is. Hubert with a little bit of a hip check there. Not able to hold on to it, however, as Scorzo comes away with it. Held on by Hubert. Hubert with a shot. It just goes wide of the net. No one able to get the rebound with a wide open net there. Brett Dawson now with it in the end corners. Over to Simonek, who has a shot and goes right into the chest of Dvorak, does not hold on to it, and play will continue with 2:05 remaining in the regulation period. Stopped by Simonek, but it is not fully stopped. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Oswego State in a slap shot. Hits the shoulder of Golosi, goes over the net, no rebound opportunity, and Marvin will grab the puck. Passes it up to Myers, who just tips it out of the zone with 1:45 remaining in the period. 30 shots now for Oakland compared to Oswego State's 20, and Oakland will hold onto it in their defensive zone. Stopped by McNamara. It's almost grabbed by Marvin. Cannot get there just a little too short, and Kyle Nichols will bring it into the zone with the cup right on him. Tries to get it in to Greg Muser. Cannot, and it goes over to Marvin. Marvin now with McNamara. McNamara brings it to the corners with a shot attempt for Myers, and it just hits Dvorak. Dvorak goes out of his crease, going at Myers for it, and is able to make the save as Oakland recovers it with 1:10 remaining in the period. good chance there for Myers to take the lead, but we're going to remain tied. Strong passing there from Oakland, who skates it around the net looking for a wraparound. Does not get anything in the slot, and it is just going to hit the blue line and stay in the zone. A shot and a save from Golosi after Nathan Richards shot from the blue line. Oswego State has it now with Marvin. Marvin all the way over to McNamara, who brings it in and tries to get it. He does get around his defenseman to hold on to it, but cannot get a pass off. Myers now with it in the far corner. 45 seconds remaining in regulation. Hubbard will bring it in. Oswego State recovers. Knees with it now. Big back hit on Myers. Myers will just skate off. It didn't even look like he wanted to hit him. Didn't look like he even saw him. But Myers went flying. He's off the ice. Stick on the ice now after Myers dropped his with it. Around the... A goal from Oakland University after a dangle from Jacob Novak. Just over the shoulder of Alex Golosi. Gets around a defender, and as Oakland holds a 2-1 lead with 18 seconds remaining in the game. I'm not going to discredit Oswego. They still have a chance. But right now, Oakland has the momentum. And it looks like that might have been his first goal. It is, so they will give him the puck as the referees look for another puck. We'll wait on an official assist there, but with 18 seconds left, Oswego State wins the faceoff, tries to get in. Simonek just dumps it in with 10 seconds remaining in the period. Mooney not able to get there fast enough. Over with carry now with knees. Almost cleared. Simonek with it. Just tries to backhand it in. Nothing. And it is cleared down the ice. CJ Walsh dumps it into the neutral zone. And Oakland takes this one in the final seconds of the game. Oakland University wins this one 2-1 after 60 minutes of play. Tied. Actually, we're going to get that assist real quick. It sounded like, yep. So the assist came from Luke Mackin and Chase Sereno, but that is going to end it here at the Brown Campus Center Ice Arena. Oswego State falls to the hands of Oakland University 2-1. 32 shot advantage for Oakland University, 22 shots for Oswego State. A true heartbreaker for the Lakers. They were tied basically the entire third period, had the lead going into the second period, tied it in the later stages of the middle period, but with 18.7 seconds left, Oakland University came away after Jacob Novak dangled around his defenseman to get it just over the shoulder and hit the crossbar past Golosi. Oswego State returns to action along with Oakland University both tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time for those viewing out of our Eastern Time. 11:30 a.m. at Fort Ontario, located in Oswego, New York. We will be there for the Neutral Zone contest. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast this evening. Once again, it's Oakland University 2, Oswego State 1. I'm Ben Grieco alongside Jerry Pritchard. Come back tomorrow, 11:30, for a Fort Ontario matchup between Oakland University and Oswego State. Thanks for tuning in.